With YouTube attacking alternative media, please consider supporting the channel via Patreon for just $1 per month. Link below. This is a big one. This is actually a huge story when it comes to Netflix really finding ways to screw over network television. Because let's face it, as much as Netflix is doing well in terms of like movies or TV shows, they really want to take a bite out of the establishment, which is one of the reasons why they got the Shonda Rhimes deal over at Netflix. Chuck Lorre from Big Bang Theory, of course, I just talked about how they canceled Disjointed, but he's still making comedies for them. Now they've got Ryan Murphy in a $300 million deal, saying Netflix has signed Ryan Murphy to a multi-year deal to make new series and films, poaching the Emmy-winning producer away from his current studio home at 20th Century Fox. Well, they probably also came in on this too because they realized that when 20th Century Fox goes over to Disney, provided that Comcast doesn't get in the way, a lot of the Ryan Murphy produced content, American Horror Story, American Crime or whatever it is, and a few of the other things are going to be a little bit too risque for what Disney wants. Even though they claim that won't change, that will eventually change. I don't think there's any way around that. If Bob Iger is not there to protect the integrity of the 20th Century Fox division of Disney, then it's going to go a whole bunch of homogenized PG-13 shit. Now, it says the deal will come into effect in July, and it's reportedly a 5-year arrangement that could be worth up to $300 million. The pact presents another talent coup for Netflix, which last summer poached Shonda Rhimes away from Disney's ABC. So Netflix really does want to try to go after, they really do want to go after Disney here. I think that's abundantly clear. All right. And Disney, I think they're doing this as a way to get ahead of the Disney streaming service. Now it says Murphy, best known for Nip Tuck and Glee, and also a prolific writer and director, was thought to be considering new options in advance of the expiration of his 20th Century Fox deal. If he had renewed the deal, he may have ended up working at Disney, which has agreed to buy assets from Rupert Murdoch's 21st Century Fox, including his television production division, and is planning to launch a general entertainment streaming service of its own in 2019. Now, Emmy winner Murphy was already set to make 2 series at Netflix. Ratched, an upcoming drama based on the character from the classic feature One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Oh, wow, so they're making, Ratched. They're making a show based around Nurse Ratched. That will be fun, said no one ever. And The Politician, a 1-hour comedy series that got a 2-season order from the streaming pilot just last week. So it makes sense that they want to bring him in and lock him down. They like it, so they're going to put a 5-year ring on it. Now, Murphy's current series include American Horror Story, Feud, Pose, and American Crime Story, and all for Fox's FX cable channel, 911 on Fox Broadcast Network. He also wrote and directed the feature films Running with Scissors and Eat, Pray, Love. Yeah, no one ever cared about Eat, Pray, Love. It's mocked now way more than it is appreciated. In a statement, Murphy emphasized his company's effort to promote diversity in the U.S. television business, saying the history of this moment is not lost on me. I'm a gay kid from Indiana who moved to Hollywood in 1989 with $55 in savings in my pocket, so the fact that my dreams have crystallized and come true in such a major way is emotional and overwhelming to me. And that is a solid, Hollywood dream statement right there. I moved from Indiana to Hollywood in 1989 with $55, and nearly 30 years later, I just signed a deal for $300 million. Bam, bitches. You know what I mean? Like, it's good. I think anyone who moves to Hollywood wants to eventually have a story like this. Now, he goes on to say that I'm awash in genuine appreciation for Ted Sarandos, Reed Hastings, and Cindy Holland at Netflix for believing in me and the future of my company, which will continue to champion women, minorities, and LGBT heroes and heroines. I'm honored and grateful to continue my partnership with my friends and peers at Fox on our existing shows. What does this essentially mean is that Fox is probably going to end up canceling American Horror Story, American Crime Story, Feud, and Pose. 911 is getting decent ratings right now, but as soon as it starts to dip, Fox is going to drop it to a Friday night time slot and then pull the plug on it. Fox is nothing if not vindictive, and it will take time in order to for this Disney deal to go through, and so they may just not renew these shows because he's moving over to another network. And Ryan Murphy has been around long enough where he's commanded a big enough presence and connectivity with actors that the actors that are currently on those shows will probably follow him over to Netflix, further taking that talent away from network television and bringing it over to the streaming service. What we're getting into now essentially is a gigantic game of chess between Netflix and Disney. Ultimately, it's a weird theory, but I think it's one that kind of plays out. And this is where billions and billions of dollars are at stake. And as fans of content, and also for me talking about it, so punditry, I'm looking forward to it. Now, Netflix chief content officer Ted Sarandos added, Ryan Murphy's series have influenced the global cultural zeitgeist, reinvented genres, and changed the course of television history. His unfaltering dedication to excellence to give voice to the underrepresented, to showcase a unique perspective, or just to shock the hell out of us, permeates in his genre-shattering work. And that's honestly one thing I'm looking forward to. Him not being limited by Fox or even limited by FX, which allows him to get away with a great deal. But imagine Ryan Murphy with literal no chains attached. I mean, Ryan Murphy Unchained on Netflix, and they know what kind of content he makes. We're going to get a lot of weird, crazy stuff out of this. And that's totally cool with me. That's totally fine with me. So this deal is going to be good for Netflix. It's going to be good for Ryan Murphy, and it's going to ultimately hurt the Fox brand a little bit, which I do think is the entire point of this $300 million payout.